All right, Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling one of the scriptures. Salutations to Akim across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity with charity. And this is going to be just a quick lesson, all right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And, basically, I'm just out and about, and, once again, we have to make it known that the nation of Edom, all right, is the judgment is nearing, all right. So, with that being said, how do we know this? Because the Lord Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago, all right, left tokens, all right, so that in the last days, all right, the men who the Lord put the Spirit on, all right, would understand, all right, what time they're living in, all right. What type of society they're living in, all right? Who's ruling the society? All of these things, all right, were given to men through the Spirit as prophesied, all right? Also, while they're being given the Spirit, they're being shown tokens from the Most High around them in their reality, man. All right, so now we have what? The downfall of the economy here in America, Babylon the Great. We have the rumors of war between, that's spoken of by the Lord himself. Rumors of wars in Matthew, the 24th chapter, man. Rumors of wars, all right? Signs in the heavens. You see all these things, man. All tokens, man. Okay? Perplexity of nations. All right? Turmoil around the world. We're seeing all this, man. We're in a so-called situation. I'm not going to get too much into it because they're going to, that against you as far as when they screen your video, when YouTube screens your video. But we are in the end, man. We are in the end of the nation of Edom, which is self-proclaimed, all right, and really understand that we're self-proclaimed white man. We're in the end of his society, man. Let's get a scripture, all right, to solidify that, man. All right, this place is finished, man. We are coming up out of our captivity through the Spirit already, man. That's prophecy, all right? Thus saith Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai is written in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, man. But this is 2nd Esdras. Let's see. We'll just start at 1. Because like I said, all right, this was already written. This is pre-programmed into this reality by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, 2nd Esdras 6:1. It says, and he said unto me in the beginning, you see, this goes back and stems all the way back to the beginning. So the story was already written. All right. It says, and he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together. So like I said before, man, what's happening now and playing out on the planet was already predestined, and us men in this truth, we were predestined to be called into being the sons of the Most High. All right, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we were predestined to be called. Now, if we're chosen, that is up to the Lord. This is why we continue to do the work, so that we're predestined, called, and chosen. That's our hope. You see? Because what are we doing? We're going to go against this society by preaching the downfall of it through the understanding of the scriptures, all right, that these people can't perceive, because the Spirit has been given to men that were predestined, all right, before the earth ever stood, before the worlds were formed. We were predestined to be called into this, to teach this word. Now, if we're chosen, this is what we're working towards, and we're hoping that we are, man. But we can tell and understand from us waking up that it's the end of you Edomites. You see, just as the Lord planned, man. 2nd Esdras 6:3. It says, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin, the people in the world, all right, before Adam, because sin came through Adam, the downfall of Adam, all right. So before that, all right, what was prophesied? The downfall of you Edomites in the last days, man. It says, and the present years were sought out, and or ever the inventions of them that now sin return, before they were sealed to have gathered faith for a treasure, before the elect called men were even thought about, as I was speaking of. It says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is going to bring this society to an end. You can't do anything about it. You're not the Most High. You're man in the flesh. You're the wicked. All right, spoken of in the book of Malachi, man. This is why the earth is like this. But since we're waking up and we're seeing the tokens, all right, on the world stage, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua's world stage, we're seeing the other nations come up against you, separate themselves from you. All right, we're seeing the total immorality in this kingdom. All right, which also lets us know that we're living in the last kingdom, the most wicked one. All these are tokens, but once again, all right, this kingdom was prophesied, all right, to fall from the beginning. All right, wickedness doesn't continue to flourish. Wickedness is it has no order, has no standard, which is why it's coming to naught. And the Most High always speaks on that, man. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, and the only way that a kingdom can reign forever is through wisdom. And the kingdom that the Israelites are about to get is going to be ruled by wisdom himself, Yahushua. Okay? Let's keep reading. I don't want to go on a tangent. The second Ezra 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? All right? When shall be the end of the first world? All right? And the beginning of it, the second world, the world ruled by Jacob. When shall this time be? Even the apostles, all right, the disciples asked Yahushua about this. When is the end of the world? And he left them tokens. Okay, now we're seeing those tokens. Now we're figuring out who the Edomites are. All right, because we are getting closer and closer to the end of this reality, where the Lord is going to step in, all right, and set up a nation that is more profitable. The nation of Israel, all right, with Yahushua as the head of the nation. And this is going to be a forever rule. This rulership on the earth now is counterproductive. It's against life. All right, it's immoral. You know, it's just it's contrary to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, because it is a wicked kingdom. But this was the blessing of Esau. Now we're in the end of his blessing, and Jacob's eternal, all right, weight of glory, and his eternal blessing that will never end. All right, we're coming into it now, man. Thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, all right? Verse 7, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? All right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born. This goes back to the book of Genesis. All right? When Isaac gave out the blessings, and Jacob was blessed, and Esau was blessed. Esau, blessing was a sword, to rule and live by the sword, which is what you see the so-called white man live by. This is what his country was established off of: war, destruction, violence, rape, robbery. You see, that's that blessing. This man has been living in his blessing according to Genesis, man. Now we're at the end of it. You see, that's why the scripture says, better is the end of the thing rather than the beginning, roughly paraphrasing, man. It's beautiful you Edomites are about to go down, man. And you can have nobody to blame but yourself, because you lived deliciously in your blessing. You destroyed the earth. So now the Lord is going to take you out of power, man. can't blame us. We're just reading what has been predestined from the beginning that is ultimately going to happen with or without us anyway. You see, because you don't rule in the kingdom of men, because you are men. You are not the Most High. Right? Verse 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which is symbolic for what? Jacob coming into power right as you Edomites, or the children of Edom, or Esau, were on their downfall, going out of power, man. That is already predestined, man. That's why the Lord has men set up on this planet to receive this word, to teach it. And those men are going to be the new rulers. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Ratazah, we are of the elect, which we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We're the only ones that are doing this right now, right? More women, more of our people are waking up to who they are. Prophecy, predestination, pre-orchestration is what's taking place, and you Edomites can't stop it, man. You're gonna get rolled over by prophecy, man. You can't trick the Most High. You can't pay the Most High nothing. You're gonna go out of power, and this is written. It says, verse 9, for Esau, all right, the nation of Edom, is the end of the world. Everybody likes to talk about the end of the world, the end of the world. What nation is ruling in the end of the world? What nation is their faces on most of the money around the world? The so-called white man, the Edomites. That's why it says here, for Esau, the nation of Edom, is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, the hand of man is betwixt the hill. Yahweh Shai is in between this, and he's gonna pull down one and set up another. The Most High is gonna put him up over the earth, all right, as a more profitable servant forever. The Most High is gonna put his son, all right, as the ruler of the earth. Okay, I'd rather have the ruler of the earth rule. All right, who created the earth? Makes sense, right? Instead of a man that is full of theories, all right, and misunderstanding and wickedness, man, which is what this nation that's ruling the earth is full of, man. Which is why they're known as the wicked, according to Malachi, man. Okay, and you're going out of power. All right, let's go to the book of Lamentations. I believe the apostles were just going into this. 4:21. This is Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Who is the daughter of Edom? The descendants in the last days of the nation of Edom, which is you so-called Caucasians. You are the last descendants of Esau on the planet, man. You are the Edomites. You see? You are that daughter, all right, of Edom. And the Lord speaking to you here. It's Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. We are dwelling in modern day Uz, because this is modern day Basra, because this is where the Edomites reside. This is where the Edomites have made their habitations. Hi, according to what? The book of Obadiah, man. See how everything lines up? You Edomites, you are the end of the world. You are finished. You are done. You can't get past prophecy. You can't confound the men of the Lord. You can't stop the truth. You can't debunk the truth. It's impenetrable. You are predestined to go out of power. Period, point blank, man. Lamentations 4. So rejoice, enjoy the rest of your wicked kingdom as it falls and crumbles. All right. All right. And we're going to rejoice that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has woken us up, all right, to receive life, man. Lord willing, we endure. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz, you Edomites. The cup, what cup is that? That cup of what the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been through. That cup. You're going to drink of that cup. The Lord setting you down. He's preparing you for your nation for it. The Lord judges by nations. And this is going to be terrible, man. The Lord said you're going to receive double. You see? You have nobody to blame but yourselves. Because you won't stop. But the Most High made you that way. He made you a hardened heart. All right? So that he can show his power. According to what? The book of Romans, the 9th chapter. I think it's either the 9th chapter or the 11th chapter. All right? He's raising you up. so he can show his power again on the earth, just like he did when that last great kingdom had us in captivity. You see, during the time of the first Exodus, man. Do you know the Lord showed his power by way of those chariots that they're seeing now? Oh, coincidentally, they're seeing the same chariots appear around the world now because the Lord's about to redeem his people, man. Once again, it tells you in the scriptures, I shall recover them a second time. All right, and it tells you where all the lands he's going to recover them from, where they were scattered. Because we are in the end of your society. We're in the end of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. No more of your rule is going to be established on the planet anymore. You're going to be taken out of power, man, by a higher power. You see? It's the end of your world. It's prophesied. Lamentations 4. I'm going to stop talking so much. I'm excited. Lamentations 4 and 21, it says, rejoice and be glad. Let's see which way I'm going to go here. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup, that you about to drink that cup, baby. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. That's what they're doing, because they're exposing themselves around the world. They're exposing themselves for being a damn devil, man. All the nations are seeing your nakedness now, because wickedness has made you so drunk to the point where you're drunk out of your mind, and you're like a brute beast showing your ass in these last days, man. And the world is seeing it, man. Okay? It says, verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. We are the daughter of Zion, and we are the remnant, that last little remnant of the nation of Israel that descend from Jacob, the younger brother. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see? The Lord is saying your iniquity and your punishment is accomplished. All right? That's why the Lord says put off the he tells us to put off the that old garment. Basically, the old garment of what? Being black, Latino. You see all these bywords, these wicked, evil, heathen nations put on us. Come up out of there. You're the nation of Israel, man. And you're that remnant. And the Lord is telling our people through the prophets. All right. The prophets, us coming into this understanding, is to tell the nation of Israel these things, man. That their punishment is over. This punishment is almost over, man. The Lord is setting up the so-called white man for his. All right. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. The Most High is going to visit the earth. And he's going to visit the iniquity of who? O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And that's what's taking place, man. You taking the scriptures, you taking the Bible, talking about you a God-fearing country. You don't follow nothing in the scriptures, man. And you being found out, man. You're being confounded by this truth. You can't stop it. It's prophecy. We know you're hurt, but you can't do anything against the truth before the truth, as the scripture says, man. And you're gonna reap what you have sown on the earth. All this deliciousness, this lavishness you live in. You didn't get this off of righteous gain. You didn't get all this wealth off of just working hard. You see. You got all of this wealth and deliciousness off rape, robbery, murder, and it's coming back to haunt you now. Everybody's taking up a parable against you, man. Let me get that real quick. You Edomites are done, man. See if I can find it. Bear with me 1 second. This is Habakkuk, yep. Habakkuk 2. We start at 1. Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2 and 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. So these visions were written by the prophets of old, and now we're in this time reading them. And because of us reading them, what are we doing? We're going out and running out to the highways and byways and teaching it. Just like the scripture said that it would prophesy to come, man. We're doing and fulfilling prophecy, man. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. So the Lord told Habakkuk to write this vision during this time. All right, so that what? And make it plain upon tables that he, who is the he? Us reading it now. We're the he's reading this. May run that readeth it. What do we mean? What does it mean by run? Run to the highways and byways and teach it. Run. All right, get better and learn the word more. You know, delve deep into the knowledge that's written for us, because the Lord told Habakkuk to write it down. The Lord told the other prophets to write it down. It's all documented, man. And we're reading the documentation. We're reading the history. We're reading the proof. We're reading the facts. Because the Most High cannot lie. You see? Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And what's happening? The vision is speaking now, man. It's speaking so loud that people of the world can't even, they can't even argue against it, man. It's apparent something is going on the earth. Something is changing. And it's because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Edomites about to go up out of power. You about to get up out of there, man. It's time for you to go. Right? For the vision is yet for an appointed time. We're living in the appointed time now. This was being told to Habakkuk during his time, that the vision that he's was writing down was for an appointed time. Now, thousands of years later, we're in the appointed time. Fulfilling the prophecy. The prophecy's fulfilling. They're manifesting. They're coming to fruition. I don't know how else we have to tell you people this, man. You don't get it? This society was predestined, all right, to have its sure end, all right, and orchestrated in from the Lord. You can't do nothing outside of that. And you Edomites were, what, destined to go up out of power. You see? So rejoice and continue to live in your deliciousness that you stole, because you're about to get up out of there soon, man. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, which we're living in now, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Lord saying, wait for it. We're still waiting. But we see it coming now, man. It's beautiful, man. It's coming to fruition. We just have to continue to endure through what's coming, because all hell's gonna break loose in this place, man. Okay? And not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. We're seeing it. It's coming. It's like that's why it's compared the coming of the Lord and the end of this world is likened unto a birth in the scriptures, showing birth pains by way of the prophecies. Man, it's coming. You can tell when the baby's coming with all the contractions with the woman in her pregnancy. It's coming. That's what the Lord is saying. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And we're seeing this. We're seeing it. We're seeing it not tarry, man. Okay? Had to park real quick. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. It's talking about you Edomites, the descendants of the man Esau. None of your spirits are upright in you, man. But the just shall live by his faith. What do we have? What are the men that you see teaching? What do we have? We have the faith. We have the faith of the things not seen. We have faith that the Lord is the Lord's bringing forth these prophecies to pass, and he's gonna bring the kingdom, and the Yahushua is gonna come. Those are the just men on the planet, living by that faith, that understanding, man. The just shall live by his faith. Edomites are weird, man. Through out here. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, his philosophies, spreading them all across the earth, wickedness, right? Satanism, child pedophilia, transgender, all this stuff, man. All this debauchery, man. It says, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. This is why he's in everybody's country, everybody's waterways, everybody's airspace. He neither keepeth at home. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. That's why the so-called white man is he's known as the red horse in the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter, I believe, man. All right, because this nation is known as the red horse because the Lord set them up to take peace from the earth. All right, the Lord gave these people the power that they have now. Job, the 9th chapter, tells you the the world was given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, so the Lord set this man up because the Lord sets up all kingdoms, and the Lord takes down kingdoms, and we're on the verge of the Lord taking down this last great wicked kingdom known as America, Babylon the Great, ruled by the Edomites. It's that time, man. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's America. It's a melting pot. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe? The word woe means destruction. To him that increaseth that which is not his. I was just talking about that. They've gotten all this off of rape, robbery, and murder, man. You see? It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, debt. A batyat. Batyat, man. That's what it is. It's debt. And that's what America is laden with. Cemented in with debt. That's why this place is finished. All right? It's mathematically impossible for this economy to come back. You people need to grow up and come back into reality, observable reality. It's impossible for this place to come back, bro. It's over with. That's it. Stop. People are bug outs, man. Be wise, because we're at the end of this kingdom. Verse 7, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? You read Isaiah the 33rd chapter, man. Woe to him that spoileth, and thou wast not spoiled, man. When thou cease to spoil, then thou shalt be spoiled. Roughly paraphrasing. It tells you that in the book of Isaiah the 33rd chapter, man. Okay? This place is going to be a spoil, man. Why do you think the other nations are preparing and doing all these war games, shooting missiles? They're going to invade, try to invade. They are going to invade this place. It's written. It's going to be, this place, as you like to put it in war terms, this place is going to be besieged. Get it? People are out of your mind, man. Why, though? Why is this place going to be besieged? Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy souls. The Lord's talking to you, Edomites. You didn't establish this this kingdom that you have off of righteousness. So the Lord is basically saying you are going to pay for how you've established this place off wickedness. You're going to pay for it. Your judgment is near to come, man. All right. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul, man. You see? That's why it tells you, 144, call all Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's why it tells you, all right, in the book of Revelation, that this place had had many slaves and the souls of many men, man, roughly paraphrasing, man. You're going to pay for all that, man. Numbers 35, man. This land can't be cleansed but by the blood of him that shed the blood that defiled the land in the first place. See? The Lord is just and balanced. Galatians 6 and 7, all right? And I'm going to end it off there. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And that's what you Edomites are about to reap. What all the stuff you've done on the earth. And this is going back past this kingdom. This is going back to Cain, man. The Lord's been waiting to get you. That's why he has told us, all right, it's written not to touch you. Because the Most High in these last days is going to eventually deal with you Edomites, man. Okay? Galatians 6 and 7, and I'm going to end it off here. There's tons of other scriptures that talks and goes into the downfall of Esau and their destruction. It's written all throughout the scriptures, man. All right? Read Job, the 20th chapter. All this new world order, yeah, you're going to get your chip out there, but it's going to be disappointed by Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Yeah, the chip, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Yes, we know what you're doing. You wicked elite. We know. It's written. You see? You're exposed. You have made yourself naked. The Most High is revealing you and taking your wisdom away from you. And he's putting the truth back into the Israelites, all right, to establish the nation of Israel again in these last days. And you're going to pay for what you've done. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay? Let's read it again. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And that is what are you going to reap? All of the things that you have sown. You're going to pay for all these things, man. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So Lord willing, I was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to Akim across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity and maturity. Shalom and Abba Babah.